The arrival that shook the red carpet. It all happened in a heartbeat. Just 1 minute ago, Kim Taehyung, better known to millions as V of BTS, stepped onto the grand entrance of Vogue World 2025, and the world quite literally stopped for a moment. Cameras flashed like lightning, fans screamed his name, and social media exploded before the man himself even reached the first spotlight. Held at Hollywood Boulevard, this year's Vogue World gathered the creme de la creme of global fashion, art, and music. Yet, even among Oscar-winning actors, supermodels, and designers, it was Taehyung who completely stole the night. Dressed in a tailored midnight velvet suit with a satin collar, paired with a sheer black shirt subtly revealing his toned neckline, he carried the kind of confidence only Taehyung could. His hair, styled in soft, tousled waves with dark chocolate tones, framed his face perfectly. Every step felt choreographed, every glance intentional. Fans who had been waiting outside since dawn couldn't contain their emotions. Many had tears in their eyes as the BTS star waved briefly, smiling with that signature mix of mystery and warmth. Even the press section couldn't help but shout his name. Inside, the Vogue World hosts paused their live broadcast just to capture the moment. That's V from BTS. He's redefining what elegance means for this generation, one commentator said as Taehyung entered the venue. It wasn't just a celebrity arrival, it was an event within the event, the kind of appearance that breaks timelines and trends worldwide. The fashion statement that owned the night. What Taehyung wore at Vogue World 2025 wasn't just fashion, it was storytelling. His look blended contemporary Western tailoring with subtle nods to Korean elegance. On his left lapel shimmered a small silver ornament shaped like a norije, a traditional Korean accessory usually worn with hanbok. The detail was so refined that most people missed it at first glance. But fans online immediately noticed it and began celebrating it as Taehyung's quiet tribute to home. Fashion critics flooded X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram with praise. He's the epitome of modern Korean royalty, one fashion editor from the Times of India wrote. Vogue's own fashion desk called it a masterclass in minimal luxury, confident, cultural, and clean. What set this look apart wasn't extravagance, but restraint. The deep velvet fabric reflected light subtly, creating a sense of cinematic depth in every photo. The open shirt, the effortless posture, everything spoke of a man who knew how to balance sensuality and sophistication. The jewelry, a thin platinum chain, nearly invisible until light hit it just right. The shoes, handcrafted Italian leather with custom embroidery on the heels reading V. Fashion insiders whispered that the suit was a custom collaboration between Celine's creative director, Hede Slimani, and Taehyung himself, designed weeks in advance for this very night. One stylist from Paris Fashion Week said, "Taehyung doesn't just wear clothes, he creates moments. Designers design around him now." Inside Vogue World 2025. Vogue World 2025 wasn't just a fashion show, it was the event of the year, a hybrid of couture, art, and cinema. Held under the theme, The Future of Glamour, it brought together icons like Zendaya, Nicole Kidman, and Jeff Goldblum. But when Taehyung walked in, everything paused. Even on the live stream, viewers noticed how the hosts couldn't stop smiling as cameras followed his entrance. Social media feeds were instantly flooded with posts. He looks like he stepped out of a movie. Vogue World is V's world tonight. Behind the velvet ropes, Taehyung was seen greeting Anna Wintour with a polite bow, followed by a brief handshake with Hollywood legend Uma Thurman, the same actress he once helped fix her hair at a previous Paris Fashion Week, an act that went viral for his gentlemanly grace. Taehyung is one of the few people who can make every fashion week feel cinematic, commented Harper's Bazaar, and they were right. His calm presence created waves of quiet awe amid the chaos of flashes and shouts. By the time he took his seat in the front row, every major outlet, from Vogue to BBC Culture, had already posted his arrival photo. Within 10 minutes, #Taehyung at Vogue World trended #1 globally. From K-pop to global fashion icon. For years, fans have known Taehyung as the most stylish member of BTS, but Vogue World 2025 solidified him as something more, a global fashion phenomenon. Since his solo projects and his stint as a brand ambassador for Celine, he's proven that he's not just a musician, but a man who can shape cultural aesthetics. Fashion historian Leora Kim described it best. What Taehyung represents is the merging of East and West, where Korean elegance meets Parisian sophistication. Even before Vogue World, his appearances at Paris Fashion Week and his photo shoots for Elle Korea and W Magazine showed that his approach to fashion is personal. He doesn't just wear what's trending, he wears what feels like him, and that's what makes him magnetic. Tonight, surrounded by Hollywood's elite, Taehyung reminded the world that the global language of fashion now speaks Korean too.
Behind the scenes, before the flashbulbs. What fans didn't see on camera were the quiet moments before the grand entrance. Sources close to the Vogue World team revealed that Taehyung arrived through a private entrance about 20 minutes before his official walk, dressed casually in a cream trench coat. Backstage, he was seen greeting stylists with his trademark politeness, bowing slightly, flashing that small, endearing smile that melts everyone around him. He's calm, composed, but his presence fills the room, one stylist told Vogue. When he steps in, everyone naturally adjusts their energy. Minutes before stepping out, a team of 5 stylists did last-minute touch-ups, a spritz of perfume, a final hair adjustment, and a whispered, "You're perfect," from his manager. Then he walked. The instant he stepped out, time slowed down. Security had to form a tighter perimeter because fans outside began chanting Taehyung so loudly
I don't know why this shit got me lazy right now.
Within minutes of his arrival, the internet caught fire. On X, #Vogue World 2025, #TaehyungV, and #Vogue King V dominated global trends. Fan cams of his slow walk down the carpet hit 1 million views in less than an hour. One viral tweet read, "The world didn't just stop, it started spinning around him." On TikTok, edits showing his outfit under golden lighting were captioned, "No one does it like V." Meanwhile, Vogue's official Instagram reel featuring him surpassed 10 million views within 3 hours, outpacing every other celebrity at the event. Even fashion critics joined the fandom's excitement. "He doesn't just wear fashion, he narrates it," said celebrity stylist Brian Wu in a live interview. As memes, GIFs, and slow-motion clips flooded feeds, fans joked that Vogue World 2025 has officially become V's solo concert. Culture, identity, and the meaning of style. Beyond the glitz, there's something deeply meaningful about Taehyung's fashion journey. Each time he steps onto an international stage, he carries pieces of Korea with him, not loudly, but with subtle pride. That small silver norige on his lapel was a symbol of continuity, a message that global doesn't have to mean forgetting where you come from. Cultural commentators praised him for blending traditional roots with futuristic design. He's reintroducing Korea's aesthetic language to a world obsessed with Western minimalism, wrote Korea Herald. His fashion isn't rebellion, it's evolution. Through his style, he reminds the world that elegance can come with softness, that masculinity can coexist with grace. And fans understood it instinctively. Taehyung represents everything we love: beauty, culture, emotion, said one fan online. He's proof that being yourself is the most timeless trend. The business of being V. When Taehyung appears, brands listen. Fashion insiders say that after his appearance at Vogue World 2025, searches for celine men's suits jumped 280% overnight. The jewelry line rumored to be his choice, Cartier, saw an immediate spike in social media mentions. It's no secret that Taehyung has become one of the most powerful figures in global fashion marketing. Every photo of him becomes campaign material, every step a case study in branding. Marketing analyst Jiho Park explained, "He doesn't sell products, he sells feeling, the sense of calm, confidence, and allure that people crave." Luxury brands now compete to dress him, knowing one post could shift entire market conversations. That's why Vogue World organizers reportedly arranged his appearance weeks ahead, ensuring his arrival was perfectly timed to dominate coverage. Simply put, Taehyung is the moment and the movement. What's next for Taehyung? After tonight's success, what comes next for the global star? Sources close to his agency hint that Taehyung will soon collaborate with an international luxury house on a creative project, not as a model, but as a co-designer. There's also buzz about new music aligned with his evolving artistic image, blending jazz, R&B, and classical inspirations. Fans also expect more fashion events in Paris, in Milan, and early 2026, possibly signaling the start of a new chapter for him, one where music, art, and fashion merge completely. Whatever comes, one thing is certain: he's not just following trends, he's making them. A moment that becomes history. As the night came to an end, Vogue World 2025 will be remembered not just for its star-studded lineup, but for one defining image: Taehyung standing under the spotlight, calm and radiant as cameras captured 1,000 flashes of brilliance. Every fan, critic, and bystander knew they had just witnessed something rare, an artist who transcends music, borders, and even fashion itself. What started as just 1 minute ago has now become a moment that the internet, and perhaps history, will remember for years to come. Because when Kim Taehyung walks into a room, the world doesn't just look, it listens.